Hey guys, it's CrystalRenèe here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about my Hoya Obovata. I picked her up a few years back at a plant swap, and I'm going to show you exactly how she's doing and where she is today. If you're interested, then stay tuned. But first, let me take you down memory lane when I first brought her into my home. And I got myself a Hoya Obovata. Look at that, guys. A Hoya Obovata, guys. Isn't that cute? So adorable. Leaves are so big on it. It has all these little roots coming out. So yeah, that is my Hoya Obovata, and I love it. Hoya Obovata. I received this guy at the plant swap as well. And when I did receive this plant, it was dry. And when I say dry, the leaves were thin as paper. Like, I did not even know if it was going to survive. Just kept my fingers crossed. Repotted. Well, I don't think I repotted, but I did. Yeah, I repotted her and watered, and guess what? The leaves are now tough, back to its full thickness and perking up and thriving. So I was able to revive him. I'm so happy about that. And hopefully it lives its best life. And that is my Hoya Obovata. It's amazing looking back on this plant. It was so small and the leaves were so dainty, where I was just beginning to try to regain strength in them, and it showed me that I was doing something right by putting out a new leaf, and it grew a little bit taller. So I was very pleased with what I was doing, and I just kept her in that same location in my south facing window, and I pretty much paid her no mind other than watering her from time to time. Sad to say, but I didn't take any footage or take any pictures of this plant throughout the time being in my care with all that I had going on. So it really was a neglected plant other than being watered, like I said. So to my surprise, it had grew so much for me, and I felt a little bad because I didn't really give it the attention that she deserved, because this plant was growing beautifully for me. As you can see, this plant pretty much doubled in size, and not to mention the speckles on the leaves of this plant. They stood out more than ever. I didn't even know this plant had speckles on the leaves, because when I first received her, her leaves were just dull and they looked plain green. So I had no idea how beautiful the leaf on this plant really was until she grew out for me. She grew out so much, she began to get extremely top heavy to where her pot kept falling over. So I decided to cut off a portion of her so that it won't weigh her down. I did go ahead and sell this cutting after rooting it, of course, and to the lucky person that received this cutting, I hope this plant grows well for you in your collection from mine. Rooting this cutting was a breeze. All I did was I let the cutting dry for a little bit to let the fresh cut callus over. Then I added her to a glass of water, set it in a bright location, and voila, after 2 to 3 weeks, if that, I saw a nice set of roots. And I believe you can do the same with any Hoya, but this Hoya particularly rooted very easy for me. After giving her a fresh haircut, this is what she looks like today. She is still just as beautiful as she was before the cut. I can't wait to see what she looks like in a year from now. I just think this plant is so beautiful and underrated. People don't talk much about the Hoya Obovata very much anymore, and I just think y'all sleeping on it because this is a beautiful plant. I'm not sure if this is the splash or not. I'm really not sure. I don't think it is, but if it is, I have to get my hands on a splash because the speckles on the original, oh my gosh, they're just beautiful. So if they got me like, whoa, I definitely need to see a Hoya Obovata splash in person. If you have this plant in your collection and you have any care tips or did anything different that I've done to see growth with your Hoya Obovata, let me know in the comments below. Now I must say, I did neglect this plant even with dusting. This plant was so dusty, and I did clean her leaves before filming this, and I'm sure she's happy about that. So I will not be neglecting this plant anymore. I will pay more attention to her because she is showing out. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier in the video, I've had this plant for 2 years now, I believe. And yeah, I think in 2 years time she has grown really well, and she is constantly putting out new growth, and I just can't wait to see what she does for me this summer. I do want to throw out a disclaimer. I do live in sunny Arizona, so my plants get good sun most year round. So it may be different where you are in the world, so you might not get as much growth as I did, but it's okay. It is okay. And that is the end of the story of the Hoya Obovata. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Until next time, enjoy peace, spread love, and be blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you never miss a post. Share with all your planty friends. And follow me on my Instagram so that we can interact.